Hi, so I did a video a few days ago taking me through the basic practicalities of loading tracks up into My Playback. So today I'm just going to go through a little bit of more of the config and a few of the odds and ends that you might find useful. I'm not going to talk about video, I'm not going to talk about MIDI because I'm going to save those for another video. So I've got My Playback. This is my set list from my Nightwish tribute band, Nightish. Check him out. And if we select, we select the songs, and we can see that we've got loaded up for each song. We've got backing, keys, click, and guide. Backing goes to front of house. Keys also goes to front of house, but it's optional. I can turn that off by pressing N. So it means if our keyboard player's there, there was a time we weren't sure we were going to have a keyboard player ready for the gig, so we can move the keys on and off backing. Click is just what the drummer hears. Guide goes into everyone else's IEMs to give them hints and cues, count-ins for what they need. So if I bring up settings, we can see we've got a little bit of config we can do. First is we can set this to an audio device. Now you can select a device like Mac mini speakers, but when we do that you'll see that we can only output to channels 1 and 2 because there's only 2 channels. If I try and output one of these, you see I can output the click. I can't output 4 channels of audio to 2. So we're going to need a device which has at least 4 outputs. So I'm using a UMC 404 here, which is what I use for gigs. In my studio, I've got an X18 and an XR18, both of which works absolutely great. But any 4-channel device will work. So it's like a UMC 404 HD. It's a fairly cheap Behringer interface, but it's got 4 outputs, and that's all we care about. So in this case, normally I'd make my mains to channel 1 and 2. I click to 3, my guide to 4, but just so you can hear what's going on, I'm going to send my click to 1 and my guide to 2. So they're going to come out on my main speakers on my desk. Channels 3 and 4 are going to come out on my headphones. So if I pick a song,
Last Ride of the Day.
The first thing you'll notice is we get it reads out. It reads out.
Nemo, Dark Chest of Wonders, Last Ride of the Day.
Basically, it's going to use the voice synthesizer. It's going to blast it in the ears. It's hilarious at first. Once you get used to it, the little voice in your ear tells you what to play. It's brilliant. There's no like checking sure that everybody's on the same page. Everyone knows what's coming next because suddenly everyone hears it. We can select a bunch of different voices. It's like Daniel.
Wish I had an angel. Last Ride of the Day.
Nemo, Last Ride of the Day.
On Sequoia, I found that Serena was the best. My personal preference. Try them out, see what you like. On an older Monterey machine, I've got a laptop running Monterey that I take out to gigs. I found Daniel was my kind of preferred voice. Just different OSs have slightly different quality voices. And this voice goes out to the click track and the guide track. So in this case, it's going out to this click output and this guide output, which I've set to 1 and 2. If it's too loud compared to the shift, we can adjust the gain for them. If you hate it, if the drummer hates it, you can turn it off completely. Just drop the volume down to 0. You shouldn't need to mess with this. This is a one-time setting on a per app basis. The other feature we've got here is the other thing that's going to happen automatically when I select a song.
Nemo.
Is it's going to sync with Lyric Book. If you've seen my Lyric Book videos, you'll know that My Playback is an iPad app. It's not just good for lyrics, it's good for PDFs. So when I select a song on here,
Ghost Love Score.
it sends a message to the iPad. I've done nothing on this. I haven't touched this iPad. This is simply just running My Playback, and
Story
I've
time.
loaded my PDFs up. And when I
Want My Tears
select,
Back. Dark Chest of
song.
Wonders.
it automatically sends out a message over the network straight to my app. So that's it. So when I play, you see we're getting the click. This is what. So the drummer's getting this in his ears. Chances are this is going out to a mixer, so he's probably going to mix some of the backing track in, and the rest of the band we're going to mix it in on the main mixer, and we hear exactly what we want to hear. And that's about it, really. And I'll catch you next time.